What's up, guys? It's Emperor Luku with all your tips, tricks, and strategies for all your strategy game needs. And today I'm going to be talking about walkthroughs and why they are utterly useless for certain games. Now, if I was playing a game like this, Fallout 76, or even Fallout 4, right above it, and Fallout 3, if I were to go from point A to point B, you would be able to relatively follow that walkthrough the same as I did. Maybe different random encounters. Same may go for most RPG games and maybe turn-based RPG games, like Final Fantasy Tactics. But if I were to go to, a game that I've been playing, Warhammer, or if I were to go over to Blizzard and play StarCraft, it wouldn't really work the same. And I'm going to show you why walkthroughs for games, real-time strategy games, and turn-based strategy games similar to Warhammer, um, Romance of Three Kingdoms, Nobunaga's Ambition, things of that nature are utterly useless. Now I've switched over to Warhammer Total War, and I just want to show you something. Right now I'm kind of going to war up here. And let's say I take my army that is here, and I move this army, well, for some odd reason the paintbrush didn't want to work, from this area straight forward. And this guy decides to attack here, but on your playthrough, he comes here to reinforce. That changes everything. Everything. The rest of the gameplay is going to be completely different from just that minor difference. I like to use the saying that they say in chess, one wrong move can outdo 100 right moves. And the same goes for pretty much any game similar to this. One minor difference. If they take this castle right here, and I'm trying to defend it, but they take it, that changes everything. That changes the amount of income, whatever. If they reinforce here, and I'm in the middle of trying to take it, and I lose, well, that's one army gone, and now they can just take both of these castles, or all three of these, because I have no army up here to defend these. My nearest army is down here, and then I have one somewhere over here. So my chances of coming up here and defending this properly is going to be completely different than if you did it, nothing but successful tactics up here. Maybe you took both of these castles from Nagaroth. And even if I was playing StarCraft right now, my click speed is going to be completely different than your click speed. My ratio is going to be completely different than your ratio. So even if I was just playing the story and it wasn't a competitive walkthrough or anything like that, or how-to or whatever, when the enemy attacks and how hard they attack and so on and so forth are going to be completely different, and how many casualties I lose compared to how many casualties you lose is going to be completely different. Same thing with Ruse. Same thing if you were playing Command & Conquer, which is a little easier. But those games, Sins of a Solar Empire is another good example, are going to be all completely different because I'm going to be working at a different pace than you are, which means the enemy is going to be responding at a different pace, and the casualties are going to be different. Which makes walkthroughs for games like this null and void, which is why I totally believe in games like that, it should just be simply tips, tricks, and strategies, kind of like I'm doing it. I'm not saying that just because I'm doing it. I'm not saying that you can't learn something from these walkthroughs. I'm not saying that there aren't going to be tips, tricks, and strategies, and you're not going to figure out a way by watching the gameplay. But what I am saying is, it is impossible to follow a step-by-step and do it step-by-step on a hard difficulty and competitively in a game like this or a real-time strategy game. And that's pretty much all this video was about. It's just to simply state that I think certain people would be better off just showing their strategies for beating a mission clearly and precisely, and it would help a lot of people. And with me in the game, yeah, that will kind of give me a little competition as well, and I'm new, so I don't really need that right now. But my goal is to help as many people as possible. And I see a lot of people struggle with strategy games because they can be very difficult. But I hope you guys all have a great weekend and great rest of the week. I'll try to post one more video this week, and then I'm going to stick to a Friday schedule, post a good video every Friday. And my first video next Friday is going to be completely starting my process of going over all the factions and all the lords in Warhammer Total War 1 and 2 and how to play as them and how to use them properly.